Hey there, friends. Ben Reed here. I'm currently in my cousin's camper. I'm just sleeping here for the night. I drove down to Indiana to meet up with him, and we are leaving for New York early in the morning. You got to understand what a big deal this is for me, because I'm a big fan of Ninja Turtles, Avengers, Friends, and they all take place in New York, and I always wanted to go, and I finally get to go. So, yeah, big moment for me. And we have a lot of stuff planned when we head up there. We want to see the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, Central Park, all the tourist stuff. And hopefully I can vlog as much as I can, that you all get to experience the same thing with me. We're going to be there for a good week. So, yeah, we have a lot of stuff to do. But, yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's go. I got to go to bed so we can get up there. It's going to be a 10-hour drive, y'all. I need to go to bed.
A few hours later.
It is currently 3 a.m. Sunday morning, and we gotta get a move on. So, I'll see you in New York. We just got to New York. It has been a long, long drive, so we need to get some rest. We are all so tired, so good night. After getting settled in our apartment, our first stop was to the Empire State Building. But first, we must travel through the infamous New York City subway station. This was my first time inside a subway train, and most of these seats are usually packed, so I had to stand a good chunk of the time, and I was gripping for my life. As you can tell from this photo, my hand is beet red just by gripping the bars for so long. But we finally made it to the most famous building in the world, the Empire State Building. Kong, 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 Kong. Kong, so much Kong. Being a longtime King Kong fan, I was loving every second of this. But King Kong isn't the only movie that included the Empire State Building. Other films like Spider-Man, Superman, Elf, and more also featured the most iconic building ever created. Inside Empire State, they actually had a little movie in their elevator showing exactly how the building was made.
Eyes open. See those hot rivets flying through the air? Nice catch, Lou! Get those planks out of the way, huh? Hey, watch it! We're coming up here! Hey, Bucky, you gonna ride that thing all day? Do something useful!
There was just so many things to look at, like this art piece, these binoculars that showed old-timey footage, even binoculars that showed current footage of New York City. And so many people have visited this place. It was just so unreal. But my favorite part had to be the view. Day 1 seriously hit it out of the park with the Empire State Building, but day 2 was a little different. When it came to the aquarium, we were hoping to catch a show with the seals or otters or even dolphins, but all the performances were closed for that day. But we still walked through the aquarium and saw some pretty interesting animals, which had some interesting names. Now, some of these names that the fish had, I just couldn't help but laugh, and I took pictures, so you know I'm not lying. The first one that caught my eye was Dumbo Octopus. Kind of mean, but okay. Then we have the Pig Butt Worm. If you look at it, what else would you call it? Then we have... These are real, by the way. Then we have the Donkey Dong Sea Cucumber. But hold on, don't quit laughing. I gotta get through this. I think my favorite one has gotta be the slippery dick bass. I don't know who's naming these fish, because they do have to be approved. But I do know this. Whoever's naming them and approving them, they're definitely a man. No self-respecting woman who fought tooth and nail to get the respect in her field is going to go out of her way to name a fish Slippery Dick. I gotta switch hands. Hang on. And furthermore, we had a tour guide with us, this sweet old lady, who had to say these names with a straight face. This aquarium gets visits from children, class trips, students who needed to get parental consent to come see Donkey Dong and Slippery Dick. This lady has to go to work every day and say these names to children with a straight face. Hun, if you see this, I gotta ask, is the money worth it? And I don't know how many of you have kids, but with mine, if they hear something somewhat inappropriate, they will repeat it over and over until they get tired of saying it, or until my parental skills get called into question. Oh. Only in America. Only in America. Unusual fish names aside, we did see some pretty interesting animals like these sharks, this ginormous spider crab, and of course the very rare orange lobster that I just had to show Judah. And while there was no official show, the seals did not hesitate to show off the second they saw us. And I'm just going to be quiet and let all of you enjoy these magnificent creatures. After the aquarium, we went to Coney Island, and honestly, I've never seen an amusement park so empty. Even the beach was dead, and this was like in the middle of the afternoon, so I was like, where is everybody? Then exactly 3 seconds later, it starts pouring down rain. Of course. I still got this t-shirt though. That doesn't really fit, but I still have it. With 3 things crossed off our list and 7 more to go, my vacation can only go up from here. At least, that's what I thought. The next day, we took a boat tour across the 5 boroughs of New York, and no, it wasn't this beast boat. We actually took a very slow ferry. But we will come back to this boat eventually. So I don't actually get on boats that often. I have a bad knee, so I'm already off balance, and put me on a ship that's rocking on the seas. Yeah, not the best combination. I tend to fall down quite a bit, but I actually enjoyed this little ferry ride. It was just so calming, just touring around these boroughs and just admiring the beauty of the city. Oh, there's the beast. Wow, look at him go. While we were on this boat, we actually watched the sun go down, and New York at sunset is just so beautiful. The next day, not only did I take this cute picture with this purple robot, but I did go see the 9/11 memorial. And seeing where the Twin Towers used to stand and reading all those names, It just felt so real. I was only a baby when the Twin Towers fell, so I didn't really know what was going on at the time, but seeing this in person, the emotional impact hit me hard. On the same day, we took a film tour and went to every filming location that involved a movie or show located in New York, like Spider-Man, Elf, Ghostbusters, Seinfeld, How I Met Your Mother, and my personal favorite, Friends. Then we went to Rise and White, which is kind of like part museum and part ride. They had miniatures of all the monuments, little photo ops like this talk show, the Friends couch, all the costumes from Broadway plays, which you can't really see from this lighting, I apologize. They even showed us footage from the very first time when the ball dropped for New Year's. Now for the actual ride, they take your group, they strap you in this one row of seats, and they turn you around, and you see this giant screen, and it looks like a drone footage. You know, it's flying throughout the city, and the seats are moving it's matching the movement of the footage. So if it goes up, the seats go up. If it goes to the side, the seats go to the side. If you go through water, they spray you. I don't really like roller coasters, but I was okay with that one. Like, because I knew it wasn't real. In the drop, it wasn't that bad. But roller coasters, you're going really fast, you're high up, but this one, it was pretty slow. And the drop wouldn't hurt anybody if someone did fall. But yeah, that was actually pretty fun. We did walk through Times Square, and Times Square alone could be very overwhelming. It's even more overwhelming during the World Cup, which, by the way, we weren't aware was going on when we planned this trip. I'm just now realizing I'm wearing the same orange shirt that I wore when I was in New York. Pure coincidence. That's just proof that Judah's starting to take over my life. Anyway. Oh yeah, Times Square during the World Cup, it was crowded, man. We had some hard times getting through there. But it was so crowded that police had to gate off the streets so they don't get into traffic and cars can still keep going. But my youngest cousin, was with me, and she's just 6 years younger than me. She and her boyfriend were there, and they're walking ahead of me in this crowd, and they're rushing to make sure they get on the other side of the street before it gets gated off. And I race towards them because I don't want to get us separated. My other cousin, her big brother, is with his parents, so they were good. If they get separated, we all have our phones and whatever, but I would rather have 2 groups than 3. You know what I mean? Like, no one's getting by themselves in this city. So I quickly, before they close off the street, I quickly grabbed her by the arm. She saw who I was, and we kept going. But here's the thing. There's a cop right there. He saw a grown man grab the arm of someone that looks like a teenage girl. If she reacted negatively at all to me, this could have ended so bad for me. I was just thinking about that the whole time, like, girl, if you jump, scream, anything, this cop will have me arrested. And I'm just trying to stay with my group. But I'm like 5'9", her boyfriend is like 6 feet tall, so people can see us just fine. She's right at 5 feet. So I'm like, stay between us, because the crowd can't see you. They can see us just fine. Keep in mind, he's really tall, and I'm wearing this bright shirt. So, just stick with us, you'll be fine. And a crowd that thick, boundaries and apparently deodorant are not a thing. So, and I was just trying to think about protecting her. I would rather something happen to me than her, and her boyfriend felt the same way. But that crowd, man, goodness, if you have social anxiety, that is not the place to be. And in that place, Times Square during the World Cup is the only place where I lost my phone, wallet, and virginity at the same time. Just, oh my God. With our trip coming to an end, our final stop just had to be the Statue of Liberty. Now, there was an elevator of sorts, but it only went up to the little pedestal. Had a decent view, but we wanted to go up to the crown. And that is where I started to feel the most pain in my life. Inside the Statue of Liberty, there is a spiral staircase from the main lobby to the crown that has 354 steps. Now, spiral staircases alone, they could be very tricky and even dangerous. That's why people don't use them anymore. But when you have a tear in your kneecap, like I do, a spiral staircase is the last thing you want. Going up 354 steps is the last thing you want. I was in so much pain. I was gripping to the railing with one hand and punching the steps with my other hand just to push myself up because my leg gave out. It is not holding up my weight at all. There are blisters on my hand. I think I broke my pinky just to get up there. And y'all, as much pain I was in, it was worth it. It's a historical moment for me. It was a beautiful moment. I was in so much pain. I was not a happy person when I got up to the top. And there are little levels where you can like take a break and just breathe for a second. And the employees do encourage that. But not me. I was the only one in my group who did not break. I kept going. Because if I break, that's when the pain sets in. So I had to keep going. But I was at the top. There was this top railing. I was holding on to that. And I was hurting so bad, y'all. I couldn't even enjoy the view because I was in so much pain. They're like, you need some water? Yeah. Go down to the lobby. You can buy one for $2. You jerks. I just walked 354 steps with a torn kneecap. Give me some free water at least. But they do have employees there just sitting there waiting for you to make sure you're good and tell you where to go. They've been in this statue for hours, all day long. Give them some water at least. Would I do it again? No. I would visit the statue again. I'll go to the island, go to the gift shop, but I'm not going up those steps ever again. And when we got back to our apartment, I had a chocolate bar from the Empire State Building that I was going to save for home. This big old chocolate bar. I was like, nah. I just ripped that open, started eating it, and it helped with the pain. You might be thinking, chocolate helps with pain? Well, maybe not scientifically, but it helps me forget about it. It's cheaper than alcohol and easier to get to than Vicodin. Like, chocolate is the cure to all things. But when we got back, we just wanted to rest. We didn't want to do anything else. And a good 2 seconds later, we hear the fire alarms go off. Like, are you kidding me? We have to be evacuated and go down all these steps because of a potential fire. I don't know how many steps were in our apartment building. I just know we were on level 6. 6 flights of stairs after walking up and down the Statue of Liberty. Then the following day, we went to D.C., where we climbed the steps to all these monuments like Jefferson and Lincoln, with no railing, by the way. So all that walking, all those steps with my injury. Yeah, I was crying at the end of this trip. Not emotional, but I was in so much pain. and I was out of chocolate. On our last day in New York, we crossed the Brooklyn Bridge and managed to find the Captain America statue. And for some reason, instead of walking the bridge back, my party wanted to use the cable car. I wonder why. Despite my complaints, I would not change a thing. Growing up, New York was this legendary city that all my favorite superheroes and TV characters lived, and I always wanted to go, and I finally did. To describe this experience, finally seeing a city that until now was just a character in movies and shows that I grew up watching, to finally see it with my own eyes. It was like meeting a member of my family. A city that I will never call home, but I will always